Okay, hey, so we are starting our geography unit today, and I'm going to call it Geography of the Entirety of France, the actual hexagon of France, which is that, and the overseas departments, because I just started getting these videos, or these pictures, and then I was getting the pictures and I realized, like, oh my gosh, Hurricane Irma, which everybody's interested in right now, is part of the DOM is actually in the path of Irma, or was in the path of Irma. So as I was getting these pictures, it kind of came to me how I wanted to sort of focus this little tiny unit. It's probably only going to be about 7 or 8 lessons. We'll see, probably about 2 weeks. So basically what I did was I just searched up Géographie Française, and I usually try to search up in Google Images using the target language, because I want to get target language results. And so then as I was looking through them, all I knew was that I wanted to do French geography. And honestly, I was thinking I would just do the the hexagon, because that's kind of how I was conceptualizing it. And then I ran into, I believe, this. Wait. Something like this, and it was like, oh yeah, there was all those departments, overseas departments and territories. Some of these are territories and some are departments, and the departments are actually like parts of France, so full citizenship and full French citizens living there. So I thought, well, hey, I'll do that. And then once I did that, I started seeing pictures of like I think I saw not this, but something about that these two departments are in the path of Irma. So I thought, hey, I'll focus it that way. So as I was going through the different pictures, I was just pulling them out. And so what you do is basically you go to Google image search. So I type in, let's see, Géographie Française, and so whatever, I didn't spell it right, but that's okay. So then you go to images, and let's say that, I don't know, you want to use this one. Recipes and specialties, regional specialties of French cuisine. How adorable. Carte de balade. Oh, how cute. So anyway, so then you go to view image, and then you'll get like the whole image. How adorable. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. That would be such a cute input chart if you wanted to draw all of that. That's really adorable. So then you will have this that comes up, and then you can also go back to that and keep on finding more. So let's say you also want to use, here's the different départements and territoires. So let's say you want to view that image. So then you notice you can always go back to your original search, and then you've got this image. If you say visit the first choice, then it takes you to the actual website, and you won't have. I like it to look, really clean. So it's just that. So anyway, I'm going to close these. So basically what I did was I just lined up all these images that I thought I would use, and then you can actually drag these around. So I found this like way later. It was like way down here, right? So if you notice up here, I dragged it back and forth. But I thought it would be, really cute to put French geography for the dumb, or for idiots, I guess is what it's called in French, or in English, first. So that's what I'll show them first. And then so what I did was I kind of dragged these back and forth, and I kind of just thought about like, how could the discussion kind of go? I'm not the type who, wants to plan out like every single word that I say or every single question that I want to say in this discussion. But if I were, then I could plan that out. But I did want to kind of think about how like the trajectory of the discussion would go, and kind of like where I want to lead them. So first I'll tell them that, we're going to study French geography, and then I will just show them this because they need to know liberté, égalité, and fraternité. How could you study French without knowing those things? And then I want to ask them, okay, here's Hurricane Irma. Is this in France? And they'll probably say, no, it's not in France. It's near the United States. And so then I will show them Irma arrives in the Caribbean, and tell them that the Saint-Martin and Saint-Barthélemy are actually parts of France. Like that's going to be probably news to most of the kids. And then I'll show them that, all of these are territories and departments of France. And then, I don't know if I'll actually keep this. I think I might take that away. I mean, it's adorable, but it's a little much. less is more, really. So then I'll tell them that we're going to talk about the geography of France, and that I'll show them some sort of, classic images that probably come to mind when we think of France, but that we're going to be talking as well about these other places, and that they look quite different from what a lot of people think of as France when they think of France. So this is the Tour de France, and this is down in Marseille, and this is, a beautiful house in France, and this is lavender fields. Here's Eiffel Tower and the Bateau Mouche. Here's another picture of Paris. And then I'm going to tell them that, these departments and territories are very different, and that here's the departments, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here are the territories. Some of them are quite big. Polynésie Française over here is actually like far bigger than France. So here's metropolitan France, or the hexagon. So, that they actually quite large in areas. Here's La Réunion. Here's some pictures. Here is, I thought I would talk about like other countries where they speak French, and then maybe we'll have time to look at some of these pictures of France, hexagonal France. I'm not sure. But anyway, what I just wanted to say is that basically, like, this took me about, 15 minutes of my prep time, and I also made this little, let's see, the geography of the entirety of France, the report of the exploration of pictures. So we observed this, our questions, and our predictions. So after we look at these and kind of discuss them as a class, we will write together, and I'll basically be like taking dictation from them. This is just a second year class. I'm kind of pushing these guys a little more than I might like to, but I really want to experiment with these techniques. And I mean, hey, if they work with my second year class, I'm sure they'll work with your third year class, or maybe even your second year class. So I'm kind of pushing them a little bit. So I'm curious to see when we do this discussion today, if it's going to be that they can output some in French, or if it's mostly going to be that I'm taking their French and turning it into English, which is fine too, because they don't have to output to get stronger at, to build stronger interlanguage. They don't need to output, so I don't really care if they output in L1 or L2. I just care that they are seeing the language kind of written in front of them. And then I wrote this, just in case we have time at the end, is Hurricane Irma menacing France? Because I thought maybe we could just do kind of like a write and discuss about what we had learned. And I thought this was kind of a cute way to bring it back to this very, third slide that I want to show them. I predict we're going to talk about, these winds and these colors and everything, and which colors are the most dangerous. But we will see. I mean, this is kind of like, that concept of picture talk, right? It's just like picture talk with a content-based purpose behind it. So in picture talk, literally, if they want to talk about this one picture, or maybe we just get through like 3 or 4 pictures, it's all good, really. So I don't expect that we're going to get all the way down to here. I just kind of have it laid out in the way that I think it might go. And of course, if this gets boring at any point, we can always pull this out and like sort of change modalities, like start doing some writing. We could start doing this, or, I guess if things got really terrible, I could even have them get paper out and like write in L1 in English what they've learned so far about the geography. So anyway, I'm really excited. The kids are coming in like 1 minute, so I'm gonna go and teach this lesson. Thank you.